This video was presented by the EA Creator Network. I just wanted to remind you that you can use my code UrbanSims upon checkout when purchasing any Sims 4 content via the EA app or thesims.com. By doing so, you're directly supporting me as a creator, and I can't thank you enough. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're here checking out the Sims 4 Artist Studio Kit. I don't want to overcomplicate things, so I'm going to just jump straight on in. But before I do, there is one thing that I want to say. Out of both kits that we received today, I think this one piques my interest the most, just because I've kind of always had a soft spot for painting and I've been wanting something just like this for quite a while now. So I'm really excited to see what's in it, and I hope it lives up to, well, I don't know, whatever expectations I have. I don't really have expectations. I'm just more curious than anything else. But let's start off by reading the description. In Artist's Tools, give your Sims more ways to express their creativity. There's a new easel, tablet, and woodworking table for Sims to use in their artistic endeavors. Place inspiring still life references, a backdrop, and other props to really help your creativity flow. Artful decor. Add an artistic flourish to your canvas and your studio. Add paint splatter to the ground and clutter items like palettes, cans, tubes, brushes, and stack sketchbooks to every shelf and corner. Included in the kit is a brand new wallpaper called Down to the Studs. I actually really like this wallpaper. Not only is it cheap at just 1 simoleon per panel, I think it could fit in a lot of different types of rooms, perhaps a garage even. We still do need a proper garage door to make that work, but I just really like this wallpaper. It has kind of a cool look to it. It also reminds me of like a wooden crate or something like that. I can't wait to play with this wallpaper a little bit more and see what I actually use it for. Here's a quick glance at the catalog. So these are all the items included into the kit. We're just going to start off with the step ladder shelf. I have no clue what this is for, but I think it's just a decor item, and this is what it looks like. Oh my gosh, look at the little pen holder, or the cup of pens. I have a cup of pens. I literally use a mug just like this, so this is amazing. I love all the detail of this too, like the stacked books, also the little sticky notes are super cute. Let me just take y'all through the swatches. There is something about paint splatter that just does it for me. I don't know what it is. I just love the messy look, and I think it is so cute that they've added that little detail in there. But of course, there's a cleaner aesthetic if that's what you're into. I really like that piece. That was super cool. Next, we have the Storage Savvy Smock Rack. So this is kind of where you would place your acrylic paints. You could store some things as well. You have your apron here. It looks like the color story of this kit is just very like neutral. It doesn't have like a lot of color or any real pops of color. They're all just kind of like wood tones with some paint splatters. I mean, the only thing that we have that's really close to color is probably this yellow cabinet here. But again, I love how they have alternate variations where you can have like a messier version or a cleaner version. That's really cool. This is super neat. I love how like the messier version gives it almost like this really old, like kind of well-used look. That is super neat. I like that. Okay, so the next item we have is the Ready, Set, Go cart. Okay, I don't know if this does anything. It just seems like it's another decor object. I am curious to know if you're able to put items on top of the cart. I don't know if you'd be able to do it for the shelf, but we'll definitely have to test it out. But here's our little cart. So we have tons of supplies. I think that might be paint thinner. I'm not an artist, so I don't really know. Looks like this is like a little swatching board here. Ooh, okay, so I take it back. There are some items that do have a little color to them. I am obsessed with the freaking messy paint swatches. And I also like how even the swatches on that little board there, they also change. That is super neat. There's also this Pollock storage locker. Okay, I wasn't sure what to expect. It kind of looks like a oversized filing cabinet, but again, I assume this is something that you could use to store maybe your, I don't know, your canvases, your paper, your paints, your everything. I don't know. This also could fit in a garage if you wanted it to. You could have like important papers and documents and things in here. I like these swatches. Like the messier, the better. I like that they have added in like little stickers and stuff that have been peeled away. Even like the residue of what was here once. Like that is so cool. Even like the dried up paint. I like that. The companion cabinet is up next, and I don't know. It doesn't necessarily look like this would be something that you would use in a studio, but I could definitely see how you would use it. I'm not sure if there's like artwork in here. I do recall there being a woodworking table, so maybe some of these items are also tailored to that hobby, which if I'm being completely honest, I don't really play around with the woodworking table too much. I definitely should play around with it more, but it's just not something that I typically gravitate towards. Here's a little desk, actually, just kidding. It's the rolling drying rack. I have to admit, this is a very interesting piece. I love how each portion of the drying rack is a different wood tone. We've also got little miscellaneous decor here. I think this might be like construction paper, and there's like a few different canvases and whatnot. Let's go and just kind of filter through the swatches. I really like the color story. Like, I love the color story. I'm obsessed. I think they did a really good job with this one. I do appreciate that it's not overly colorful. This is definitely something that's going to blend in with a lot of different types of builds. What do we have next? Anything's a surface. I do not know what this is supposed to be. I think it's actually a chair of some sort. And then we have like little paintbrushes there. Do y'all see that? I think they're paintbrushes. I can't really tell what that's supposed to be. Maybe instead of this being like paper that you paint on, it might be instructions on how to build something, or maybe it's just rolled up artwork. I don't know. The improvised studio pedestal. So I think this is where you would place miscellaneous objects to have as a reference. I didn't take you through the swatches of this one, but I'm going to go ahead and just kind of filter through really quick. And then these are the swatches. I like these. These are super cool. Very artsy fartsy. I like that. I am curious to see if anything will go on it, but we'll get to that in a minute. There's also the notorious slop sink, which is perfect because you are going to get pretty messy. And I feel like this is like very utilitarian. I don't even know if that's like a thing, but I think this sink is really freaking neat. I have no clue what's in the trash can. Looks a little full, probably needs to be emptied. But this one doesn't really have any paint swatches. Okay, I take that back. Actually, it does have a very messy paint swatch, even on the bar soap. There is a new tablet. It's called the Creative Pro tablet. Kind of hard to see. Oh, but let's just put it over here on the drying rack so y'all can get a good gander at it. I like the style of this one. It also has like a little pocket here for like the pen. That's kind of cool. This is another item that I very rarely ever use or play with, but maybe this kit will inspire me to play around with it. I also like how rugged it looks. We've finally made it to the Craftmatic woodworking table. If I'm not mistaken, we only have one woodworking table, right? Like, we haven't had a new one in 10 freaking years. I think statistically speaking, the woodworking table is the #1 object that's used the least, which is crazy. I definitely prefer the look of this woodworking table to the original one, so maybe I'll end up using it a little bit more. The rolling easel by Independent Expressions. Here it is. Okay, so we do have a new easel. Obviously, you would expect that with a kit like this. This one is definitely a little bit different. It almost looks like this is a mini easel sitting on top of a table of some sort. We have some paint cans, some acrylic paints, a brush. As per the usual, these are the swatches. You guys already get the gist, so I'm just kind of filtering through. But yeah, I think that's actually really neat. We also got a brand new plant that fits perfectly in this little slot here. I think it's called the Lilium Mortem. I don't think we got this for, you know, issues and gigs. I definitely think this is supposed to be like a reference item that inspires your sim maybe to make a painting after or something. I like how there is a cracked swatch on the vase. I don't know if y'all saw that. Sketches and studies of studies. Okay, so here's like a little wall decoration. It has a bunch of artwork. I really like this. So there's like different poses and like facial expressions. I'm pretty sure if we filter through the swatches, there will be some different types of images. Okay, so this has like a bunch of, I don't know if you guys can see that, but this one has like a bunch of like abstract paintings. We got like some, I don't know, some seasonal ones here. We got some paint swatches. These ones are super cool. I love the Joker reference here. I don't know if that's what it is, but there's a raven. There's a Grim Reaper. Oh, I think this is even a zombie. I'm kind of curious to know if this is maybe like a teaser to what's coming in the future for The Sims 4. I don't know, it seems very specific. What's our next item? The torso in repose. These items actually do go on top of these pedestals here. They're a little finicky. I'm not gonna lie, I'm struggling just a tidge with this. And it looks like this pedestal right here has a few different slots, so you could put a bunch of different items of your choosing on it. And I just noticed that there's petals down at the bottom of the vase, as if the flowers are starting to wilt away. Here's a quick look at all the swatches for the torso. Nothing too exciting. We have a collection of sketchbooks. I'm going to put that over here. I'm definitely excited for the assortment of clutter items. I really have grown to have an appreciation for clutter in my homes. I remember once upon a time I had told you guys how I didn't like clutter, but I've learned since then how to implement it in a way that it doesn't feel like it's super overpowering. I think these are, oh, they're discounted paint cans. Okay, why are they discounted? Like that is so strange. Okay, so not a lot of swatches on these, but this is just like a quick little gander. Then we have painter's palettes, which I think we might be able to fit over here. The swatches are just, they're kind of basic. Nothing too crazy. It doesn't really switch up the item that much. But continuing on the theme with clutter, we have the odds and ends brush storage. So basically a bunch of cans and a mug, and I'm not really sure what this is, that houses all of your Sims art brushes. The swatches look a little something like this. I'm just going to kind of filter through. They do change the actual holders themselves, so that's kind of neat. I noticed that we have a lamp here. It's called the Industrial Spotlight. It is super duper industrial, and I think it would fit perfectly with the Industrial Loft Kit. I don't remember what it was. I had to double check, but yes, it's called the Industrial Loft Kit, and I think this lamp would be perfect alongside it. We do have a couple of very distressed swatches in here, which I love, as you know. Looks like some paint spotter ended up on the lamp shades. So yeah, that's pretty much what it looks like. I love it. I think it's super cute, and I like the cross compatibility with this kit. So we have 3 more items. Of course, no art studio kit would be complete without some accidental paint spotters. You can see little feetsy marks, hand marks, all sorts of things. And I'm pretty sure with the swatches, it will switch up what it looks like. So there's even a rainbow swatch in here with a bunch of paint smears. We got more splatters. I would put this one in my garage. It doesn't necessarily look like paint splatter. It looks more like mud got tracked in. There's also another reference item called the Forlorn Pitcher. This could be used as a nice little like home decor item. You could probably put this in like in the center of a table or something, but that is what it looks like. A beautiful vase surrounded by 3 pieces of what I assume to be fake fruit. Our last and final item is the Studio Drape backdrop. You could probably use this for photos with your Sims. I think that would be kind of a cool idea too. The detail in this is absolutely insane. Even the fabric actually looks like fabric. Now, if we go through the swatches, I've already seen what they look like. I'm a little disappointed that there isn't any alternate textures or patterns. So I think how you would set this one up is you would probably grab like your little pedestal, your item for reference, and then you could actually probably use the lamp too to cast and create some really cool shadows. I love how the lighting projects out of these lamps. And then you would set up your easel, and ta-da, your Sim is ready to have a cute little painting session. So all in all, I will say I really like this kit. I think it's super duper well balanced. There's a nice variety of objects here. Overall, I think it's a really solid kit, and I cannot wait until I get to play around with it. But of course, I want to know what your guys' opinion is. So please let me know in the comments down below if you would like a chance to win either of the kits that were released today. Please go and follow me on Twitter. There's a link down in the description. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video here. I hope y'all enjoyed, and if you did, you know what to do. Don't forget to go ahead and comment, rate, and subscribe. Let me know what y'all think in the comments down below where the sun does not shine, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.